When Darwin challenged the Bible, Britain trembled. Science clashed with faith, and out of the chaos, a new age of truth was born. This is the story of the Victorian crisis of faith. By the 1870s, Britain stood as the most powerful empire on earth. Its ships ruled the seas, its industries led the world, and its queen, Victoria, was celebrated as the symbol of Christian virtue. But beneath the confidence of empire, something was shifting. Faith was being questioned. Science was rising, and Britain was about to enter an age of doubt. The spark came from one man, Charles Darwin. In 1859, he had published On the Origin of Species, proposing that all life evolved through natural selection, not divine creation. By the 1870s, his ideas had spread like wildfire, challenging everything Victorians believed about God, man, and morality. For centuries, the church had taught that God created the world in 6 days, that humans were made in his image. But Darwinian theory suggested that man might have descended from apes, that life evolved through survival, not divine plan. It was shocking. Church leaders thundered from pulpits that science was destroying faith. But others, brave thinkers, writers, and even priests, began to see no conflict between God and reason. This tension became known as the Victorian crisis of faith. It wasn't just about religion, it was about the future of truth itself. Writers like Thomas Huxley, known as Darwin's bulldog, defended evolution in fiery public debates. Philosophers like John Stuart Mill argued that morality could exist without religion. And poets like Matthew Arnold mourned the loss of certainty, writing, "The sea of faith was once too at the full, but now I only hear its melancholy, long withdrawing roar." The cultural battle spread everywhere, in schools, literature, and even art. Some Christians turned inward, seeking new ways to interpret the Bible spiritually rather than literally. Others clung to tradition, warning that without faith, society would lose its moral compass. And yet out of this conflict, a new kind of Britain emerged. More curious, more educated, and more open to questioning authority. Science did not destroy religion. It transformed it. By the 1890s, many saw faith and science not as enemies, but as two paths to understanding creation. One through reason, the other through reverence. The age of doubt had not killed belief, it had refined it. It forced Britain to grow, not just as an empire, but as a civilization of thinkers. And in that struggle between faith and reason, Britain found its modern identity. One built not on fear of change, but on the courage to seek truth.